Good morning, everyone. Grab yourself a coffee. We've got lots to talk about this morning. Portugal played the final World Cup match in Toronto last night, not too far from here. The biggest celebratory weddings in years is taking place today. Guess who that might be? T. And it got me thinking about something we all have in common. Music. Music. Let's have a coffee. All right, so the FIFA World Cup. Portugal defeated Croatia, not Canada, 2-1. Ronaldo is still competing at an elite level. From what I hear, it's going to be his last kick at the can, but you never know. Did you guys watch any of the tournament? Yeah, we watched it. My daughter is hooked on soccer and loves it, and actually tried out for becoming a volunteer downtown at the BMO field. And unfortunately, didn't get picked, but there was thousands of kids trying to do the same thing, so she had a good shot. You guys a soccer fan? Yeah, I used to help coach, manage, and sponsor my kids' soccer teams in town here, and we've always watched Premier Leagues. My father-in-law was right into it. He was a Chelsea fan, and so we really followed a lot of that stuff. And my daughter just keeps it up. So I folly it, as my father-in-law used to say, a little bit. What else have we got on the thing today? Oh, I mentioned Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce wedding. So big thing in the news, especially in the entertainment industry. Rumors are, that they got married yesterday, and actually formally, legally got married yesterday, and then they're doing the ceremonies today, but we won't know for a while. Anyways, so I heard Stevie next is supposed to be one of the attendants, and amongst thousands, was it 3,000 or 6,000 that I heard that were coming? Crazy. And Stevie Nicks, yeah, I love her, and I seen her twice in concert. She was awesome. I seen her 3 times in concert with the band. Fleetwood Mac. Wow. See, I got to get this coffee into me. Oh. So with Fleetwood Mac, I saw him once in Florida at the Hollywood Bowl, and a couple times up here, and just blew me away. Just awesome. One of my favorite bands, top 10 for sure. And so, speaking of bands, what's your favorite band? I would have to say I'm into classic rock, so it depends on the way I'm feeling as to what my favorite. I don't really have a favorite. I've got like a top 10 or a top 20. Concerts. Now, what's your favorite concert that you ever went to? Mine, I have 2 that are tied. The last time the Stones played in Toronto, and Roger Waters played in Toronto, and they both just different shows, completely different. Roger Waters is very technical. Moved around the stage moved, that kind of stuff. The Stones, I was, from me to you, to Mick Jagger. I mean, that's how close it was. And I had a big, huge thing of beer, and yeah, we had a great time. And no, that was a few years ago now, but I would, if they come back to Toronto, I'm definitely going to get tickets. I'll pay whatever it is. I'm going to go, definitely. What else did I see? Recently, my last concert was George Thorogood. Big fan of George Thorogood. Got his music on one of my workout music routines. So, like when you're pumping the music and get the music going, and you're pumping the weights and stuff like that, you got to have something so bad to the bone. And that was a really good concert. Just saw him in Hamilton. I got front row seats. Wild. It wasn't much either. Oh, I couldn't believe it. But no, I go see him again for sure. Van Morrison, one of my favorite artists for music, listening to. I think was my most disappointing concert ever. Twice. Went to see him the first time, thought, well, maybe he had a bad night or something like that. He only stayed out for an hour, didn't talk to anybody, didn't smile, just came out, did an hour, and walked off, and that was it. No encore, nothing. The next year he came back, I thought, okay, we got to see him again. He must have had a bad night. It was worse. It was worse. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I mean, he threw a towel at one of his assistants on the stage. Like, oh, come on, man. Like, you know, what are you, Goldilocks or princess or what? So, I don't know. You never know with artists, right? That's artists. That's, yeah, that world. But what else we got? Oh, speaking of artists, so we used to go to Florida with my in-laws. They would go down for 3 or 4 weeks. We would meet them down there. We'd rent a house together, and we would stay for 2 weeks with my wife, myself, and our kids. And we'd sit around the lanai, around the pool quite a bit. And inevitably, you like that word? Inevitably, I would tell the story after a few margaritas of, I would say, did I ever tell you about the time I saw Johnny Cash? So, and then I would reminisce about the time that I was in Ontario Place with my buddies T.O. and a bunch of the other guys and his brother, and we went to see, it was hot, it was in the middle, it was like this weather, and I had cowboy boots on, jeans and the whole bit, right? Crazy teenager. And after the concert, we were going to walk across, I guess it was Lakeshore, downtown Toronto, and car pulls up, and I'm kind of like, we're dehydrated, got to get a drink, you know, and standing there just kind of sweating, and my other friends are about 20 feet away from me, and I'm like just standing there. This car pulls up 2 feet away from me. I look in the window, it's all tinted and everything like that in the back window, but it's a limo, and there's Johnny Cash. He looks at me, I look at him, he goes, I just stood there with my mouth open like that. And June was next to him, and I just couldn't believe it. And then he drove away. And that was my story about Johnny Cash, and that's the one I tell every year. I used to when we go down to Florida. I still tell it when we go down. We were down last year and the year before, and I'll say it again. But the in-laws are no longer here, unfortunately, but I had the best of times with them. Oh, man, I could tell you stories. I will tell you stories at some point. Oh, memories, memories, memories. Another topic. Does music have the same staying power as the music from the 70s and 80s? I don't think so. I don't get into this stuff at all. Not into like the hip hop and rappity pop and all that kind of stuff. Drake, no. I mean, actually, I'm writing a book at the moment called Skinnerd, Skinnerd, Skinnerd. So guess what kind of music I like. But when it comes out, I'll let you know. And it should be this week or next week. I'm getting close. Oh, what else have we got going? So the same staying power? Not really, in my opinion. Like Eagles, I saw them in concert a bunch of times. Love them. Again, one of my top 10 bands. It's unfortunate one of the founding members passed away recently, but I saw him again without that. His son played, and was pretty good. I mean, but it just didn't compare to the original. But I mean, they're very precise. They like to play their tours and their concerts very precise and exact, and which is surprising for Joe Walsh, you know. I mean, I saw him when he was in the 70s back then, and he's a little different now, but he's sobered up, right? So here's to sobriety. Lots of coffee. All right, what else would I say here? First album, first concert I would think I lined up for, downtown Brampton at the Odeon, and it was for ZZ Top, I'm pretty sure. And I think I started lining up around 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was a kid, and like 15 or something like that. You gotta be kidding me, right? But yeah, I did it. Stuck it out, got some tickets. I think I got the limit that was 4 or 6 at the time, and me and my buddies went. Used to go to Kingswood Theatre, Canada's Wonderland, and they had Kingswood Theatre in there, and they had these packages that you could buy every year for the summer, and grass seats, and you could buy like 6 concerts in a row, and of certain types, and like Bob Seger, Eagles, everything like that, right? So I saw, every year I'd grab 6 of those and I'd get 10 tickets, and 10 of my friends would go. I'd sell them like face value, I'd basically just facilitate buying, and it was great times, let me tell you. The whole thing was just awesome. Back in the day. Yeah, but what else is going on? Okay, that's all I got written down for the moment. So, what was I going to say? Well, here's to good coffee and good tunes. All right, and have a nice weekend. I'll try and get into you, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.